Hey guys, Max Tornado here. Today we are going to be talking about team building. Black Knight in Discord recommended that we do a video on this, and I think it's an awesome idea, so I appreciate that, Black Knight. Um, so as far as team building goes, we want to kind of look at the major parts of a team. Kind of what makes a good team, what makes a team kind of jive well with one another, and there's a lot of ways that we can kind of make mistakes, so we're going to try to address some of those things in this video. It's not going to be a terribly long video, but I hope you guys find it beneficial and hopefully take some different tips away from it. So we're going to go ahead and start off. This is my main account, right? So this isn't the Max Tornado Ultimate Death Knight tutorial account. This is my level 85 account. A low spender by the gem packs every month. I bought the last couple Forge Passes because I really like Bolster Set. But either way, I have a fair amount of champions to kind of use. Early game, you're not going to have that luxury. Early game, you're going to have your starting nuking champion, which is either going to be Kel, Aethel, Elhain, or Gallic. You'll have a War Priest because everyone gets the War Priest. If you don't have the War Priest, maybe you've fed it already. But we're going to discuss the benefits of using a buffer. You might have a War Maiden because War Maiden comes from the Deadlands in campaign and is an excellent debuffer. Here we go. So you might have yourself a War Maiden. She can do this defense. So that would cover three of the roles right off the bat, right? We would have a big time damage dealer with our starter champion. We would have a debuffer with like War Maiden, or if you're lucky enough to pull like a Stag Knight or um, any of those kind of champions, Tayrells, Deacons, right? You might have a debuffer. And then you'll have a buffer with, like, say, War Priest or Valerie. You can actually farm Valerie as well um, from that same campaign stage that you get War Priest from at the very beginning of the game. You can farm yourself a Valerie, and she also does the increase attack here. So increases duration of buffs if you ascend her and all that, but then places increased attack on all allies. So, and she does a little bit of a shield. So she's considered a support champion that will buff and help us with those kinds of things. Now, for the fourth role, you can kind of bring whatever is necessary for the dungeon. So you could bring like a tank to do like ally protections and to do provokes. You could bring another damage dealer to just help speed the runs up. You could bring a speed booster to just help your team kind of go through their abilities faster. All kinds of different options for that fourth role. You could bring just a pure healer in case your allies are dying a little bit too often. I'm going to show you how my stage 20 run works, and that was for a tournament. So Dragon 20 here. Now, from the basic components that we've talked about so far, got Deacon, who is going to help our team go fast because he does a turn meter boost, turn meter reduction on the enemy, does decreased defense, so he's a debuffer. Then we also have our damage dealers, which is going to consist of Venomage. Venomage is going to be putting out debuffs and poisons. So Venomage is a damage dealer and a debuffer. We've got Sylve the Drakes, who's going to be putting out stuns and is also going to be putting out heals. Whenever she takes a turn, she'll heal her allies and place increased speeds randomly. Ninja's going to be doing a lot of crowd controlling with his freezes and is also going to do a lot of damage with his HP burns. And then Prince Kaimar is going to kind of just help our team go faster and get more turns because of his reduced cooldowns. So Prince Kaimar also has a sleep function, which is really strong. So something interesting about all five of these champions, all five of them put out debuffs and all five of them require accuracy, right? If I was to not have accuracy on any single one of these champions, it would almost be pointless to bring them, um, because I have them filling that role. They need to have accuracy, right? Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this run real quick, and we'll talk about it as we go. And you can apply these same principles to most of the dungeons and most of the campaign content, right? So I'm gonna put this on one-time speed. You can see we're landing debuffs. You can see we're landing HP burns. Heal reductions and poisons are going out like crazy. Doing turn meter reduction, turn meter boost, sleeps, right? So we're doing a lot of debuffs. We don't have to worry about surviving hits from these guys because they're not going to take a turn, right? If we can control the enemy waves, we don't have to worry about bringing big healers or big tanks because they're stunned and they're slowed and their turn meter is constantly being reduced and things like that. So that's one thing you can kind of build a team that's going to just control the waves. Obviously, if you can't control the waves, if you can't keep them from taking turns, you need to bring a healer like War Priest or other healers in the game that do the job much better. But always nice to have a reviver on your team. Um, Macy, don't scream, sweetheart. That wasn't nice. Macy's over here pretending to whistle loud. So you can see still the Drake's putting out stuns again. Got stuns going out, HP burns. Ninja's an excellent champion if you're lucky enough to have him. Also, guys, I'm excited. If you are not subbed to the channel, go ahead and take this opportunity, sub to the channel. I'm going to be giving away one of my alt accounts a little bit later on. Not sure when I'm going to give it away. Probably once I hit like 250 subscribers. That's kind of a nice milestone. But it has Ninja, it has Deliana, it has all those champions from the logins, and it has several other maxed 60s, like a handful of max 60s. So it's enough to do a full team. Um, so that's pretty nice. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that once we get to that point. So you can see if we didn't have accuracy on Ninja, it would feel really bad. Like I can't stress that enough because so many champions in this game require accuracy. So many of them. Um, so don't look. That was a resist, but we have enough accuracy. The boss just has a 3% chance to resist. So you can see we've landed HP burn, we've landed decrease defense, we've landed decrease attack, leech, poison, poison, poison. Right. So these are the debuffs that are helping this kind of move much smoother. I'm going to show you another team without all of these champions because obviously this is a late game dungeon team, right? So I'm going to show you guys what it would look like from a more like super early game kind of so we'll go ahead and edit team here. We'll take all these guys out of here. And we're going to try to fill the same roles, right? We're going to do it with different champions, but we're going to do similar things. So we've got Kale, right? A lot of people are going to start out with Kale, which is awesome. We can bring in, let's bring in a decreased defense. Now, again, we want to be mindful of speeds whenever we're considering this. So we want our decreased defense to be faster than Kale. Kale's at 179 speed. Let's see who is... Armina is very similar to War Maiden. Armina, yep, Armina's fast enough to do the job. She does a 100% decreased defense, just like War Maiden. So we're going to go ahead and bring in Armina. Let's see. Everyone gets a Haikatoon. I don't think my Haikatoon is built, so that's probably... Oh, maybe built enough. Let's see. Champions and check out Haikatoon. Haikatoon has a lot of accuracy already, so I can probably just put her nice vest that has some speed on it. Let's see. So we can go here and substat speed. Let's see what we... Resistance, HP. With that, I'm okay with that. Anything fancy? We don't like to have our champions not wearing. Okay, and you can see this this Haikatoon is not built for anything fancy, right? It's literally going to be fast enough to kind of just run through its turns, have enough accuracy to land the increase turn meter. What is it, this one? Turn meter. Okay, so we've got ourselves a Haikatoon. Let's see, whatever else is super kind of friendly. A lot of people get an apothecary. Apothecary can be pulled from ancient shards, so that shouldn't be problematic for folks. And a lot of people are getting an ultimate death knight. My ultimate death knight's not even geared. Like this ultimate death knight is not geared well. It's got, see, it's not got wildly high stats. So let's see if this team does the job. And you know, not tried this team on stage 20 obviously, so we'll see. But it probably will. So a decreased attack going out. Kale's doing a little bit of damage. Now, right off the bat, I'll tell you what has happened. Armina, whenever we let this run on auto, Armina didn't use her ability to decrease defense right off the rip. She used her decreased turn meter, which kind of caused a problem because then Kel used his acid rain before decreased defense was put out. So, something to be mindful of. Always want to make sure your abilities are set. It's either Apothecary is getting some turns off. Rail's getting some turns off. Oh, okay. Decreased turn meter landed. That's good. Ultimate Death Knight's going to be really big for a lot of early game accounts because he's going to be an incredible tank. Incredible tank. He's going to put out those continuous heals. He's going to put out the shield. He's going to do decreased attacks. And whenever these single target hits go out, he is redirecting them to him. So that's really strong. Okay. Now, early game, you can't control what champions you have, so you can only do what you can with what you have. The best thing I would recommend is getting yourself a War Maiden, getting it with enough accuracy and speed so that it goes before your damage dealer. And if you can use War Priest to increase attack, your kills are going to hit harder. All of those things. So just be mindful of that. So we've got decreased defense, so we're going to be doing more damage on everyone. See, we're not really in any risk of dying. AC, please don't do that, sweetie. That's really loud, okay? Or I guess. And so we're not at any risk of dying. It's just going to be a longer run than the previous one. And so that's the nice thing, right? You can build your teams to just be consistent, and then you can worry about putting, really high levels of gear on them and replacing them with legendaries, so that way they're even faster and more efficient. Um, then eventually you can start bringing in food while you're farming dungeons and stuff. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any issues at all clearing this. And this is a pretty basic team, right? So we've got increased speed, kind of making our team keep on going. We got continuous heals, shields, poisons, defense, more poison. And again, we're gonna just try to do damage to make the dragon not have this left over. Don't want it to have that left over, but even if we do, we have enough heals and support to survive. Yeah, we took poisons. We took a fair amount of damage. Let's see. Defense, poison, heals going off. Agatoon's not really bringing a whole lot for us other than the increased turn meter. So, see, it'd be nice to not take another Dragon's Breath full force like that. Now you can apply the same principle to most of the dungeons and campaign, certainly. When you are thinking about what do I need to bring for my team, try to remember, bring a high damage dealer, bring a debuffer, so that way your damage dealer can do more damage. Bring a buffer, so like an increased attack or increased speed, someone who's helping your team function and kind of get the job done with the different speed levels and everything. If you need a healer, bring a healer. If you need a tank to do like provokes and ally protections and stuff, one of those. Um, but yeah, it's kind of dependent on whatever you're facing, right? In arena, it's really basic. You want to try to bring a speed champion that can help your team go fast, and then decrease defense and big time damage dealer, and then maybe like a follow up with a AOE provoke or an AOE stun or an AOE freeze or something to help your team crowd control the other team. They're not dead, but most of the time they're going to be dead after that. Okay. So yeah, that's all I've got for this video. If you found it helpful, go ahead and like the video. If you would like to join the Discord, it will be in the description. And I'd love to know in the comment section what your favorite teams are. If you have a favorite team that you're really proud of, maybe it's your Gold 5 team, or maybe it's the first team that you used to beat some difficult, challenging content for you. Feel free to leave that in the comment section. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Hope you all have a great day. Take care.